Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. So we are carrying on with the Halloween themed videos. I was supposed to get 2 more up for you guys last week, but as you know, I usually have a flare up like sometimes once a month and then sometimes twice a month, and last week I kind of flared up a little bit. So the topics that I was going to do, I think I'm going to add them into the list for the trick-or-treat video on Friday, because I still want to do those topics, so hopefully they'll be picked in the trick-or-treat video. So I'm going to move them till then, and we're going to continue this week with the trick-or-treat videos, and we're doing who is haunted by your memory. So who is still thinking of you, who's still trying to tap into you, all of that. So we have 4 cards for you guys to choose from. The first one, I never know how to say this, I think it's the visor. I'm gonna say visor anyway. So we have the visor for pile 1. Pile number 2 is the gem. Pile number 3 is the ruin. And pile number 4 is the key. So see which card you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamps. Hey pile ones, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is haunted by your memory. So you guys chose this card, the visor. I'm going to keep calling it that. I'm going to pull it that last because what I'm going to do is actually just pull straight from the tarot first, so I can kind of get that open channel going. I have some other oracle cards to pull too, and then we'll pull from that card later on. But I'm going to jump straight in now. So pile number 1's, please spirit guides, who is haunted by my pile number 1's memory? Who is haunted by my pile number 1's? What have we got here? Page of Pentacles. Pop with that. Page of Pentacles. Ooh. Strength reversed. For some of you guys, this is like someone that like, when they're haunted by a memory, it's something that you would have said in the past that maybe came to fruition, or you could have like told this person off. There could have been like an argument. So it's like words that you would have said. There's something here where it's like something to do with something that you've said, or the way that this person feels like you look at them. I want to rearrange that. I want to change that. There's that sort of vibe here. Bear with me as I tap into it. It could just be like a word you've said or something that you've said about this person. It's almost like I want to know more. 9 of Swords reversed. Bear with me as I get in. One more card. Who is haunted by my pile number 1's memory? Ace of Pentacles. And the back of the deck is the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's move these all over so we can get all of the cards in. 9 of Swords reversed. Ace of Pentacles. This almost feels like this person wants clarity to do with something, or this person wants like, okay, let's just say this person and you were having a conversation. Let's just say you argued. You might have been wanting to get your point across, and maybe this person didn't let you, whereas now it's like they wanted to come back and have that conversation, or maybe they weren't able to say all that they wanted to say, and now they want to, but then they kind of can't. I feel like I'm going round over things, or maybe this person's like reread a message, or this person remembers something that you said, and it's almost like they want to come back at it. Now this could also translate to you and this person maybe having an argument, and this person didn't really think at that time of like something that they wanted to say, like they weren't really processing it properly, but then they read through text or they thought back and it's like, oh, I want to say this now. There's something there like that where this person just feels like something's not done, something isn't done. I kind of want to come back to this. I'm very in my thoughts about it with this 9 of Swords reverse. I'm very in my thoughts about it, and there's something that I want to say, or there's something that I want to pass on, or there's almost this feeling, because I just shared clairaudiently, I want to give you the full picture. So maybe it's like a misunderstanding of something, and this, you may have like a view of this person, and this person kind of wants to explain something to you. They want to bring something to you. They want to have you look at them in a different way. It's almost like this person's umming and ahhing about maybe sending a message or something like that with this Page of Pentacles. There is that kind of feeling, because whatever the situation is, they feel disempowered by it. They kind of feel like you're looking at them a certain way. Maybe you're side-eyeing them. Maybe you don't trust them. Or maybe they don't like that you don't like them. There's that sort of vibe here. And it's kind of like, I want to come in with an answer, come in with clarity, come in with an apology. There is that sort of vibe. And that's why I feel like you're kind of like haunting this person. Like your memory is haunting this person. Because it's like, I don't like that things aren't like hashed out. Like, I want you to understand my way of how something turned out. I want to explain to you why this happened. I want to explain to you what went on. I have my piece that I need to say. Like, there's that sort of vibe. But for a lot of you guys, it's like they either want to bring clarity to you or bring a piece of information that will make them feel understood. Or some of them want to be in your good books. You know what I mean? This could also be a situation where, let's just say you wanted to talk something out, and in the moment, maybe they were being avoidant. Maybe they just didn't want to talk about it. Maybe they were more in their emotions and they just wanted to avoid it at that point. And now that time has passed, it's like, I actually want to say my piece now. There's that sort of vibe here as well. I am going to pull a few more cards, but that is that sort of vibe. And I just think they keep looping and looping and looping, but it's almost like this feeling of like, if I was to be in your life, or if I was to quote unquote come back, we would need to talk about this. And it's like, I want to bring you a piece of information. I want to give you this piece of information. I want to tell you something. There's that sort of vibe here. I wonder if there was some kind of argument or like discussion that got heated, because I know this is the Ten of Pentacles, but I'm thinking of like chess and like two people playing chess, and obviously the game of that is to win. So this person kind of feels like they lost, but it's kind of like they want to explain, you know, why. You know what I mean? Or maybe this person cheated at the game and they wanted to explain why. There's that sort of feeling here, like wanting you to know. Because when you look at this Ten of Pentacles as well, you have these kind of what look like kings, queens, politicians doing that. And then you have this person like underneath the chessboard, like holding it up. So there's this feeling of like, we can see in this card underneath the chessboard. So it's like, I want to let you know what was actually going on during that conversation. I want to let you know what was going on during that time period. I want to explain some things. There's that vibe here with this Ten of Pentacles. Anything else before I pull a couple more cards? It's like I want to offer something. It's like I want to offer like a new leaf or an olive branch, or I just want to say my piece. I want you to look at me in a specific way. I want you to look at me because the Strength card, I feel like I'm beneath now. I feel like I've dirtied my name. I feel like I've kind of caused a bit of a commotion. Like there's that sort of vibe. It's like you're not looking at me or looking up to me in a way that I would like you to. Anything else about this situation? Can you tell me anything else about this person? I feel like this person likes to be liked. We've got the Ten of Wands. This person likes to be liked. They like to be seen in a good light. If they're not seen in a good light, they struggle with it. And I feel like they go round and round over it, and I feel like that's what this person's kind of doing. We have got the Three of Cups. I'm gonna have to cover it up though. Bear with me. Three of Cups. This person likes to be liked, and they definitely like to be liked by you, I feel, because it's like I want to get your validation. Almost Six of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Hermit. I think I'm going to cover that up as well. Cover her up. Yeah, we've got the Hermit at the back of the deck. This person's definitely in their head about something. Definitely in their head. Okay, Ten of Wands, Three of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Ten of Wands, Three of Cups, Six of Pentacles. This person feels pretty focused, like image focused. I feel like they feel like they like to appear kind of like in control, the leader, kind of like not having it all together, knowing what to do. There's that sort of vibe here, and I just feel like this person tries to be seen in a good light by other people. And this person's downfall could be that they try to please too many people. Because I'm looking at the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups can be like a social card as well. And I don't know why, it's just making me think of like having to look a certain way to other people. And the Three of Cups can also be like gossip and talking. It's almost like I want to look a certain way to certain people. I want to appear a certain way to certain people. So it's almost like I'm people pleasing a bunch of people. So this could have been a situation where you were friends with this person, and because they were, you know, a bit of a people pleaser and they wanted to please everyone, maybe they were like spread themselves thin and maybe not pouring a lot of time into you, or maybe did something where they were with other people instead of yourself and you got upset. There's that sort of vibe here. This could have been a situation where you were talking to somebody. It could be that there were other people involved and they were trying to please those people, or it could be that there's a certain image that they wanted to uphold. There's that sort of vibe here where it's like I'm spreading myself thin, but it's like I'm kind of not living my life here with these cards. I'm not living my life. And there's this, with the Six of Pentacles, I almost feel like I am responsible for other people. I feel like I feel the need to like pour into other people, nurture other people, show up for other people, to the point that it's making me, oh sorry, I'm talking with my hands, guys. It's making me kind of like, because I'm seeing the Hermit at the back of the deck, I feel really like worked up and I feel worried about things, and my energy's just being spread kind of thin, and I'm like, I'm not showing up in the way that I should be for certain people. There's something to do with that coming through with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Cups and the Ten of Wands. It's like there's a lot on my plate. I feel like there's a lot of pressure. My plate's very full. I'm pouring into this person, I'm pouring into that person, I'm giving to that person. And maybe this person couldn't show up for you the way that you wanted them to. Maybe that's where there were words said. Maybe that's where there was like kind of like upset. This person's focused on appearing well to other people, looking well for other people. There's that sort of vibe here. But they're in their head a lot. Because I know that's the Hermit card, but if you look at the Hermit card in this deck, he's kind of like holding, I don't know if it's a female or a male, but they're holding their head. You know what I mean? Like in kind of distress. And there's that vibe. I just feel like there's a lot of pressure. I'm literally hearing pressure. David Bowie and was it Queen? I can't remember, but I'm hearing pressure anyway. There's just a lot going on here. And I'm being shown, I don't know why, I'm being shown like, you know when you eat a biscuit and it's really crumbly? There's that sort of vibe here. Like I feel like things are crumbling and I'm trying to hold everything together. I feel like there's a lot on my plate. Just to give you an image of who this person could be, they just feel like there's like a lot of pressure, spreading themselves thin, trying to look good to other people, trying to appeal to everyone, which of course you can't appeal to everybody. There's that sort of vibe. But I feel like I want to come at you and I want to let you know something, or I want to give an apology. I want you to like me. I want to be seen in a good light by you. I want to change your image of me. I want to explain something. That's this person's energy towards you, and that's why they're haunted by your memory. Something's happened here with this person and you, where it's like something kind of crumbled and it's like, oh my god, that fell. And maybe at one point they were like, you know what, I'm so focused over here, it's going to have to fall because I'm so worried about this, and I'm so focused over here, that bit's going to have to fall. And at the time, maybe they didn't give it a lot of energy, maybe they didn't want to talk about it, but now it's like, oh my god, I want that bit back, that bit needs to come back now. You know what I mean? There's that sort of vibe. There's just like a lot going on. My mind feels like it's everywhere when I'm tapping into this person. I've got like a lot of worries and I feel very stressed. I feel like I've got my hand on my head and I'm just like, oh my god. There's that vibe here. Pile 1. Who's haunted by... Oh, goodness. Okay, we have Virgo again. So we have 2 lots of Virgo. Let me cover this up. I forgot these cards are quite revealing. I'm going to do 2 of them. So we've got Virgo. 1 more card. And we have Uranus as well. Okay, and the back of the deck is Neptune. God, we got a lot of cards swimming around. Okay. Virgo, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay. This person, I just feel like I've got 900 tabs open in my brain. And I just feel like there's so much going on. You know how Uranus is like sudden shifts, sudden shakeups, you know what I mean? there's just this vibe of just so much going on and everything feeling very unpredictable. And I'm trying to, because we think of Virgo, it's like creating order out of chaos. I feel like I'm trying to keep everything happy and keep everything together, and it's kind of like not happening. You know what I mean? And I'm trying my hardest and everything's kind of like falling out. That's where I'm taken to when I'm tapping into this person's lifestyle and mind. There's just a lot of things going on, and there's just like a lot of, I feel like change. I wanted to say then change afoot. So there could be a lot of change about to happen in this person's life. Maybe this person's preparing for change, but it could also be just in their life there's just so much going on, so much shaking up. It's like, the way I'm being shown it in my mind is like, you know, when you make a bed and you put the like sheet over the bed, and then as you get the corner, the bottom corner like lifts up, and you've got to go back to the bottom corner, and as you get that around the other part, and you're like, oh my god, I hate that, you know, because I'm 4'9" and my beds are big, and I'm like sprawled across the bed trying to get it on, and I can't. So yeah, there's that sort of vibe here. Like this person just feels like everything I'm doing is not enough, or everything, I'm making things worse. There's just like a lot. I just feel like everything's crumbling with this person right now. It's just a lot. They're definitely in their head, not feeling very good about things when I'm tapping into them. And I don't know, maybe for some of these people, because I'm just reading them for their energy. I could be reading this, but they could be the reason why everything's crumbling. Maybe they haven't been being and acting right. You guys will know this person more, but then for others of them, it could be the case. It could be just something light, and they just are struggling to kind of pour into other people. There is that sort of vibe, but I feel like the reason you're haunting their memory is because there's something they want to explain, or something they don't like how something went. It's almost like they want you to accept an apology, or you to understand something, or you to see them in a different light. It's like, I need you to see me a certain way. Very focused on their image, to be honest with you. And I do feel as well they might sometimes like fantasize about saying something to you, typing something to you, letting you know something. They may go into that because there's a bit of daydreamy energy going on here. They may think about it, what they could say. They might type it out. Yeah, so why have we got this card then to end the reading? Let's take a look at this card. I'm making a mess. Okay. Why do we have this card? What is that card for? You represent to them, because I'm looking at this card and it's making me think of like a magician, you know what I mean? Like, it's making me think of that fairy godmother person from Pinocchio, and she's like a star and she kind of like comes through. You're appearing to this person like somebody that would be able to hold space for them, somebody that's brought them clarity in the past, somebody that would be able to help them, somebody that's nurtured them, somebody that represents healing to them. And that's how they're looking at you. Now, what I will say with that is you can see the stars in the background of this card, and we have got Neptune at the back of this deck. I do feel like whatever's going on right now, they are very frustrated, and I just feel like there's a lot of, they're very much in their thoughts, and it wouldn't shock me if sometimes they fall into like escapist kind of tendencies. And then because of that, because you're being seen as somebody that could bring healing to them, or having that conversation with you would be healing, they may be romanticizing the idea of that right now. You know how we see a star in the sky, it's far away. They could be romanticizing it. But of course, if you're a real person, you're not a star in the sky right now, you know, you're a person. So if you were to come back in their life, they would also need to make sure that they'd be able to pour into you the way that they feel like you'd pour into them. Are they going to be able to do that? You know what I mean? So that's something to think about with this person. But yeah, they're wanting to explain something. It's like there's a frustration and I want to clear confusion, or I want to bring clarity. I want to have that conversation with you. That conversation would be very healing for me, and it would like help me kind of iron things out. That's the vibe of this person. Yeah, so I hope you got everything you needed from this reading. It was a little bit hectic at times just because this person's energy feels like da 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 da. But I hope I was able to pinpoint this person for you. I hope you got everything you needed from the reading. Hit the thumbs up, comment down below if you did. I hope you're having a great day. And I will see you guys in my next Halloween themed pick a card. Hey Batu, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is haunted by your memory. So you guys chose the gem card. I'm going to be reading this last, like right at the end of the reading, and I'm going to be going straight in now with tarot. And then I've got some oracle cards to pull, and then we'll pull from this card here. So pile number 2, please, for guides. Pile number 2. What have we got? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Who is haunted by my pile number 2's memory? Let me make sure that's in camera. You know what I'm like. Who is haunted by my pile number 2's memory? Who is thinking of my pile number 2's? Who... Oh, we've got Temperance. I'm going to have to cover this one up. You know what YouTube will like. Temperance. Who is haunted by my pile number 2's memory? Who is haunted by my pile? I just heard like level up. I don't know what that's in regards to, but yeah, Page of Swords. Who is haunted by my pile number 2's memory? Oh god, that could have burnt on fire then. We have the 7 of Cups here as well. 7 of Cups. Okay. And the back of the deck is the 10 of Cups. Who is haunted by my pile number 2's memory? Queen of Pentacles, Temperance, Page of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. Whoever this is, I feel like you might hear from them soon. Like you might get a text from this person, or you might bump into this person or something like that, because I almost feel like I'm either reuniting with somebody that I haven't seen in a while, or it's like you're somebody that I haven't talked to maybe even before, but I was like aware of you, and now I've bumped into you, or now I've like come across you on social media. There's that sort of vibe here. Like but it's like I'm looking at you through a new lens. So how I would have looked at you before, I'm looking at you differently. There is that sort of vibe here coming through. Because I hear level up as I was putting the cards down, and it's just making me think of like, as you get older and you kind of like move through life, I mean, people start to like establish themselves and, you know, bloom into different areas of life. Like some people start going traveling, some people have family, some people work on their businesses, and it's like one of those things. So there's this feeling of like there's been a level up, but like for both of you, like you've climbed the stairs sort of vibe, and now it's just like I'm looking at you through a different lens. So I don't know if this is like somebody from the past. I will be pulling more cards, by the way, but there's just this feeling of like I'm very interested and aware and like what you're up to, because I'm looking towards you. Like I feel like when I'm looking at you, you have things together. So this could be like physically you look very put together. This could be like physically you've done very well for yourself in terms of you know, you kind of like a home or a car or anything like that. And what's interesting is, as I'm saying that, this candle has just gone out. So I wonder if like this is somebody that in the past things fell through with, or a flame burned out, or something just didn't work out the way that it could have. And then later down the line, it was like later down the line, it's now, and it's like, ooh, like the lights kind of come back. I hope that makes sense. It's just like, ooh, you've just sparked my interest again, or oh my god, I forgot that you even existed. There's that sort of vibe here, but this doesn't feel like somebody you would have had too much history with. And if you did have history with them, it's been so long that there's no feelings on your end at all. Like this isn't somebody that, like, let's just say you were with 2 years ago and you are like wondering if they're coming back. This isn't like, to you, this person would be someone you just do not think about anymore. Or maybe you've thought about them but no feeling kind of arose. There was nothing to heal from. It was just like, oh, I remember that person sort of thing. It's that kind of vibe coming through. And it's almost like they're wanting to approach, or they're just kind of like aware, and maybe they have in their mind, oh, I'll probably reach out to this person, or if I see that person out around here again, I'll reach out. You know what I mean? There's that, like, it's like you've come into my mind again. It's almost like a celebrity that like went on a hiatus, you know what I mean, and you've kind of forgot, you know, that they existed. They haven't brought music out for a while, or put movies out for a while, and then all of a sudden they come back and they have a huge comeback. And then they're in your mind again. Is that sort of vibe? But in terms of like a person, if that makes sense, there's something that you've invested in regards to yourself. I feel like there's something you've poured into in regards to yourself. it could be your image, you could have had like a whole rebrand in that aspect, or it could just be you're just doing very well. This is how this person views you. This is how they're coming through, and it's almost like I want to send a message or I want to pop a message. There's that sort of vibe, but it's either they don't know what door to enter through, meaning like, could I reach out? Shall I reach out? Do I pop them up on Instagram? Do I give them a text? Would they have the same number now? Do I reach out on Facebook? There's that sort of vibe. I feel like I'm trying to find kind of clues, but then there's also kind of like a fogginess. So it could be like, is this person in a relationship? Are they not? For a lot of you guys, this does feel more like romantic interest. But you could pertain it to like a friend that you maybe just lost touch with as well. Like it could be that as well. But I feel like this person is wanting that they're more so right now. I feel like interested in what you're up to, what you're doing. Your energy to me as well through this person's eyes feels closed off, but not in the sense of like Four of Pentacles closed off, Temperance closed off. It's almost like high boundaries, like high maintenance. I'm very focused on self, pouring into myself, nurturing myself. There's that sort of vibe. Maybe you went away to do that. You know what I mean? But that's how this person feels. Maybe you haven't been on the scene so much. You haven't been going out. You haven't been so social, and now you're starting to be social and heading out. And it's, you know, that's the case. It could be that as well. Whoever this person is, though, I just feel as well like there would have been some sort of resonance with you back in the day. Or if this isn't someone that you've even like spoken to, maybe you just texted and nothing came off the ground or something like that. Or maybe they were just aware of you from a distance. There was this, like, I feel like I resonate with you. I feel like we're cut from the same cloth. I feel like we'd have the same humor. There's a familiarity, like maybe we went to the same school, maybe we went to the same college, maybe we worked in the same place once. Maybe we had a similar social group, like maybe we were going out to the same places and we just like were passing each other. There's that sort of vibe where like I know about you and we have something in common. And again, this could be because you spoke before and you got on very well. There's that sort of vibe. But whatever happened, there was an ending because the candle burned out. And it's been a minute, I feel, since they've seen you. And I feel like they don't know how to fully place you. I feel like they have in your mind that you're doing this, or you're up to this, or they saw you wearing this, or driving this, or whatever it is. But it's like I'm trying to, do you see how he's trying to sketch something? It's like I'm trying to work out kind of like who you are and how I can approach, or what way would be the best way to approach. Because like this person feels aware that you're not the same person. And the Seven of Cups can sometimes talk about illusions, and I just feel like I don't fully know who you are right now, and so still trying to suss that out. Let's go a bit deeper. I wanna know more. Who is currently haunted by my pile number 2's memory? For some of you guys, it's quite interesting because what I'm actually being told here is this is somebody that you haven't even bumped into yet. They haven't even like this could even be like a future energy. I rarely got that with these, but this is almost coming through like a future energy too. Like you're about to bump into this person, or there's something here where it's just like, oh my god, I haven't seen that person in ages and I just saw them. Oh my god, I wonder what they're up to. And then it's like, let me go on social media. Oh my god, they look good. Let me, like, there's a lot of that. It's like, ooh, I haven't seen you in a while. Pile number 2. Who is currently haunted by my pile number 2's memory? Okay, we've got 2 cards. We've got the World. I'm going to have to cover these, definitely. We've got the World. There you go. That'll be fine. We've got the World, and then we also have the 8 of Swords. So I'm going to cover this too. I forget how revealing these ones are. And YouTube don't like... It annoys me. YouTube don't like revealing stuff, but like there's some questionable things on YouTube and they have no problem putting it up. People doing like yoga with like no clothes on and it's fine. But then I can't just have an image on a card. It's odd. Anyway, 8 of Swords. The World, 8 of Swords. You know, I feel like this person wouldn't know how to come forward. It's like I don't know how to step forward. Pile number... This is somebody you completed a cycle with in the past, or you learned something from the situation, or something. It was just you were in 2 completely different phases, and now you're in a completely different phase. So it's like now this person like is registering you more. I hope that makes sense. We also have the 6 of Cups, literally, and that's reversed. And then we have the Queen of Swords. I feel like this person would reach out. I feel like if you haven't bumped into this person yet, it could be a future energy and you will bump into this person. It could also be like this person comes across you on social media, so you might not even have, it might not even be a bumping in. It could even be this person coming across your page, or this person just seeing you. You don't spot them, but they see you out and they're like, oh, you know, I haven't thought of that person in a while. Or, oh my God, like it's been so long since I've seen that person. There is that vibe here. And I feel like whether it already has, whether it's going to, because there's a bunch of you watching, it's sending this person into like a nostalgia trip with the Six of Cups reversed. And I feel like I'm hearing walk down memory lane. So I feel like there's a walk down memory lane. I'm thinking of the past, but then I'm aware that you're in a different state of energy. So now there's this feeling of like, I want to suss out what you're up to. I want to suss out what you're doing. How can I come in? Could I reach out? Could I talk to you? There is that sort of vibe here. It does feel more romantically led. And this is somebody that either just had a soft spot for you in terms of like, something that didn't really come off the ground, but they had a soft spot. Someone that just maybe had a crush on you, never acted on it, but you were around them at one point. Or somebody that, and this would be a long time ago, you may have had a thing with and it burned out or something happened, but neither of you are holding anything to it in the sense of hurt, angry, bitter. So don't try and force something to fit where it's like, oh my God, this is my ex and I hate him. It wouldn't be that person, because I don't see you having anger or frustration towards this person. I see you being very kind of not mutable. What's it? Mutable. What is that word? I just see you being very just kind of like, what's the word? It's not mutable. Mutual. That's not what, I don't know what word I'm trying to say. I know the word like as a thought and a feeling, but I don't know the word to say it. Is it mutual? I don't know, and I sound a bit silly, but I see you being open to this person, but not open like, oh my God, let me jump at you. It's just kind of like, I'm not closed off, but I'm not open. I'm just happy in my own little life. And like, oh, like if this person was to reach out to you, I feel like you'd feel a bit like, oh, okay. I don't know if you'd 100% be like open in terms of like, yes, let's get together. But there's this feeling of like walk down memory lane, like that sort of vibe here. But I feel like this person might not know how to come in towards you. Do they want to talk to me? Would they want to talk to me? And again, if you're a different person now, who's to say that maybe you were more extroverted before, now you're more introverted? So maybe this person's like, oh, maybe they don't like me because I'm not being as extroverted as they used to be. You know what I mean? Because there's this Eight of Swords, so there's like something jammed, like I can't fully make my way in. It could be that in the past, you know, you give them a lot of love and a lot of attention, and maybe you were like one way and now you're not going to be that way because they haven't got that access to you. There's that sort of vibe. There's something jammed, like I can't get in. But I feel like they want to reach out and speak to you. It could even be that they might be cycling over. If this was somebody that you had a connection with way ago, like it feels like a long time ago, there could have even been like an argument, let's say, and this person might be like, what if they're still stuck on the argument, sort of thing, even though I don't see that you are. But I feel like when they see you, when they're either going to see you in person, or they're going to come across your social media, or your name is going to be brought up, and it's going to trigger a nostalgia flare. And I think they're going to go a bit down memory lane, and I think they're going to kind of, it's going to activate something, maybe something they haven't healed, maybe like feelings that they haven't processed. And I think they're going to kind of look to you. Because when you look at the Six of Cups, it's reversed, but if you look at it upright, you can see there's like a play, and like the people are watching the play. So I feel like I'm kind of watching your social media, or like thinking about having a kind of conversation or discussion with you. There's that sort of vibe here. Let's pull the astrology cards. Pile number... Okay, bear with, the card's just fallen. We have Scorpio. One more card, please. Who is haunted by my pile number 2's memory? I feel like they would have held a light for you at one point, you know. Had a crush on you. Had feelings. We've got Cancer as well. Scorpio and Cancer. Back of the deck is Taurus. Okay, Scorpio and Cancer. Scorpio and Cancer. I feel like this person has emotions that still maybe a little bit repressed when it comes to you. And some of them could be light emotions in terms of like they had a bit of a crush. Others of you, they may have feelings that they didn't even know that they had. Or it could be feelings they knew they had, but maybe they had to repress. Maybe because it didn't work out. Maybe you weren't interested at the time. You know, maybe it just didn't work out between the both of you. Things fell apart. Maybe you were both young. Because this does feel like it was a while ago. So these feelings would have been put in a box. And I feel like whether it's they bump into you, they see you, they come across your name, social media, whatever, something is going to activate these feelings. They're going to come up. But I feel them wanting to reach out, but I feel like at first they might not. I'm thinking of the Scorpio and Cancer. I feel like I'm still in my shell. I feel like I'm still kind of like lurking. I'm not fully making myself known yet. And with the Taurus card being at the back of the deck, there's this kind of slow and steady mentality of like, I'm more of like a watch and wait type of person. But I feel like there would have been feelings involved for a lot of you. This person definitely held a light for you. Even if they didn't say it, I feel like they would have held a light for you. This could have even been a friend that caught feelings as well. This could have been that. Or somebody maybe you friend zoned. It could be that too. But there are definitely feelings here. And I feel like I'm kind of trying to analyze and find how I could come in. Would they want to talk to me? There's a lot of that. A lot of that. And then this card, we have the gem card. Now this is making sense because the green, which is the heart chakra, the heart space, feelings, emotions that we have and we process, they come through our heart space. I feel like there's repressed feelings maybe, or it triggers feelings, or maybe it just triggers feelings of like, I could be with this person, I've still got a crush on this person, I still feel that way with this person. There's that sort of vibe here. And I just feel like with the gem card, again, it's making me think of like pressure makes diamonds. So you could have experienced some things, catapulted out of them, transmuted out of them. You could have just, as life's gone on, built something for yourself, or your shine might be like brighter than ever sort of thing. Like there's that sort of vibe here. But it could just be as well that to this person, they've kind of always held a bit of a light for you. They've still kind of like had you as like a special person to them. You've been someone special to this person. They've had you on a kind of like pedestal, and I feel like you're kind of still there, like a rare gem, you know? So yeah, that is what I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And I'll see you next time, hopefully, for the next Halloween themed video. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is haunted by your memory. So you guys chose the Ruin card. I'm actually going to be taking a look at that last. I'm going to start the reading with these tarot cards. Then we're going to move on to the oracle cards, and then we'll kind of use that to kind of close the reading out. So let's get in. So pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3, who is haunted by my pile number 3's memory? Ooh, okay. We have the 8 of Swords that just decided to leap over. I'm going to have to cover her up. So hope she stays where she's meant to. Okay. So yeah, 8 of Swords. I'll put over there. Who is haunted by my pile number 3's memory? Who is haunted by my pile number 3's memory? Knight of Cups. Who is haunted by my pile number 3's memory? Knight of Wands. Who is haunted by my pile number 3's memory? Queen of Cups. Interesting. Back of the deck is the Moon. Okay, I'm just moving these over so I can get the cards in. Okay, the Moon. Who's haunted by my pile number 3's memory, please, Spirit Guides? Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Queen of Cups. Okay, so this energy feels like it could be more of like a friend or family member. I'm not picking up anything too romantic, although if it resonates, then fine. There's this feeling of like something, especially because even though I was meant to read that at the end, it's weirdly coming into the story, so I'm just gonna go with however it needs to come through. There feels like there's already been something that's been done, like a friendship that's been over, something that we can't come back from, time we can't get back, you know, a family situation. Maybe this was a parent who wasn't around to see you grow up. Maybe this was a parent that you know, it's a difficult relationship, right? There feels like there's a fog over this person when I tap into them, with that moon card being at the back of the deck. I don't think they're fully truthful with their own feelings to themselves, this person. I feel like this person struggles to really tap into their feelings towards anything, really. I think when they start to get into the emotions, it starts to get a little bit murky. I feel like I kind of struggle with that. And I do feel at some points in this person's life, maybe even pertaining to you, this person has struggled with accountability, mainly because I just feel like if something's happening, I'm kind of putting a blanket over it. I'm not really fixing it. I'll show you the image I'm being shown in my mind's eye. I'm being shown somebody walking through a dark room, and I'm knocking things over, and instead of fixing it, I am putting a blanket over it. I'm hiding it under the blanket. I'm hiding it under the rug, pushing it under the rug, and I'm not dealing with it. And what is happening then is when the lights finally start to come on, I can't even see the floor. There's rugs and blankets, and I don't really know what part belongs to what anymore. I don't know if this broken bit of glass belongs to the lamp, or if this, you know, nail on the floor belongs to the door. I don't know. I've tumbled over so many things. I don't know anymore. There's that sort of feeling here. Like this person just sometimes doesn't know how to be maybe responsible for things that they do, and maybe their own emotions. And I think their emotions are a funny subject in terms that they kind of struggle with them a little bit. So that's the first thing that's coming through. Now, in terms of why they're haunted by your memory here, is there's this feeling of like, I know I should, or I know I could open a door and say something, or reach out, or send a message, or something of that sort. And there's almost like little steps towards it here. But we're looking at from this energy, because this is this person's energy, they're coming from here. We've got 2 knights. You're coming up as the Queen of Cups. We'll get to that in a second. We've got 2 knights. The knights aren't kings, they're knights. And that energy can sometimes be a little wishy-washy. You know, the Knight of Cups can sometimes be a little bit moody. The Knight of Cups can sometimes, you know, the emotions change with that, you know. And with the Knight of Wands, you know, they have the idea of doing something. They may have the thought behind it, but not necessarily the execution yet. And that's the vibe that this person stays stuck in. And I'm hearing like it's the things you don't say. I don't know if that's part of a song or something like that, but I'm hearing it's the things that you don't say. And there's this feeling of this person, especially with this 8 of Swords, it's almost like it's almost like, what do I say now? How do I bring this up? How would I bring up a conversation about this? How do I patch things up? How do I step back into this person's life? How do I show up? How do I what do I say? You know, and it's like I don't even know how I feel here with this moon card. I don't know how I feel. And it's almost like, imagine coming back to a ruined home, and it's like, where do you start? Do you go in and pick up the pieces first, see what's salvageable? Do you start to kind of bulldoze through it and start again? Like, where do you start from that if something's kind of burned down? So there's that sort of vibe here of like, where do I start? It's almost like a big mountain, and it's like I already still don't really know my emotions towards this situation, so where do I come from this? But this is the thing, and this is why they're haunted by a memory. You're coming through with the Queen of Cups energy, so they're referencing you as somebody very genuine, very vulnerable, very open with your emotions, very aware of what you deserve. I can see that here. they see you as somebody that may have even reached out to them. I wonder if you've reached out to this person. Maybe you've offered an olive branch. Maybe you've offered a helping hand. Maybe you've given this person a lot of chances, especially if this is a family situation. You could have given this person a lot of chances to step up and be a parent, or step up and be, you know, have a good sibling bond, have a good, you know, again, friendship. There's this feeling, but it's almost like it's kind of fallen through, and I don't really know how to maybe accept this Queen of Cups, or if I'm worthy of this Queen of Cups. It's like I don't know. I don't know how to kind of mend this. I don't know. And honestly, I keep wanting to repeat, I don't know. And I feel a sadness. I do feel a level of grief. There is definitely emotions here. They're murky, but they're here. This person doesn't like to tap into them much, but they're here. Even with this Knight of Cups, you've got this ocean of water behind, and you've got all these little shells here. You know what I mean with this Knight of Cups? It's almost like things that maybe they wish they said, things that maybe they hold on to. Think of like nostalgia, you know? Nostalgia. Maybe they have things of yours. Maybe, you know, this could pertain to a relationship. Maybe it's a relationship that ended and they still got things of yours in the home. You know what I mean? I don't feel it's more so romantically, but align it with what you need to. But there's this vibe here. There's a level of nostalgia I feel like this person has, and definitely has towards you. This could also be memories that this person holds on to. I feel sad, you guys. I feel like, look at all the full moons here as well. This deck you usually will see, and you'll see on the other piles, there's more crescent moons. But this pile, we have a full moon, a full moon, a full moon, a full moon, a period of release. So there's feelings here. I feel like this person does process feelings sometimes, but it's almost like I don't know. I want to get deeper. But this person feels sad though. Like this person feels wherever they're at in life, they feel sad. I'm hearing regrets. This person could also be a bit lonely. And also I want to say, especially if this person has hurt you, and if this person hasn't stepped up, especially if you're like the child of this person or something like that, it's not for you to take on this person's grief and take responsibility for this person feeling alone or feeling a certain way if you know that you're not the one who did that. There's something I want to pass on, because I know, especially with family situations, I've been there myself, where you kind of take on grief or sadness, or why couldn't you show up like this, and you can take it on, and there's a message to not take that on so much. But just tapping into this person, there is a little bit of sadness or grief or loneliness that kind of comes through. But there's also love here. Pile 3, who is haunted by my pile number 3's memory? These cards are coming in reverse now. We have the 4 of Swords reversed. We also have the 5 of Cups reversed. I feel emotional, you guys. I feel like I'm tapping into them. There's something they're processing. All 3 cards this literally was upright and then it flipped. 10 of Wands. And look how more full moons there are. This is the most full moons I've ever seen come out. We also have the 3 of Cups in the back of the deck. At the back of the deck, even. 4 of Swords reversed. 5 of Cups reversed. And the 10 of Wands. There may have been a process in this person's life where things were a lot more fast-paced. There was a lot more going on. Maybe there was a lot more chaos. But the energy of this person right now, I almost feel like I'm kind of forced to face the music. So that could be things have slowed down. Feelings are starting to just come up to be released, and it's now happening for them, and they kind of don't really know what's going on. It could be that as well. I feel like I'm alone a lot. Like I have to sit and reminisce. I have to go backwards and think of things. I have no choice but to go backwards and think of things. There is that sort of vibe here, with the 5 of Cups reversed here, and again, it's almost like I'm looking back. I'm retracing my steps. I'm moving backwards and looking back at things, and I should have done this, or I should have gone down this road, or I should have tried this. There's definitely regrets for sure. And with this 10 of Wands reversed as well, it's like noise that was once there isn't there. There's something that made it easier for them to block out certain emotions. Something once made it easier for this person to not have to process things. Maybe not have to look at you, maybe not have to see you, maybe not have to think of you. But now it's almost like I kind of have to face something. I have to be aware of something. Now with the 3 of Cups, this could be, if this is a family situation, this person could be back in contact with someone close to you and they're having to hear your name. You're having to be brought up to them. You know what I mean? This could be, because truthfully, we had the moon at the back of the deck, first of all. There could be some, because I'm thinking of like Pisces energy, there could be some substances involved, and maybe this person's removed those substances and now they're having to clearly look at something. That could also be a situation here. But I feel they're haunted by a memory because I feel like maybe there's something I feel I owe you. Maybe that I feel like I owe you an apology. Maybe I didn't do something properly. Maybe I know that I didn't show up in a good way. Maybe there's a lot of that here. And for some of you, this is in a strange situation. And there's kind of like a sadness coming through. I wonder if somebody's bringing you up, mentioning you, talking about you. It could be that sort of situation. Like maybe you don't speak to this like family member or friend, but like somebody close to you or another family member is speaking to this person or friend or whoever it is. So they kind of have to hear about you. And process things. But again, something's been eliminated for this person to be thinking about you, or something has slowed down for this person to be thinking about you more. Something is being removed that would block it and make it murkier. Something has slowed down, so they really have to kind of look back. I feel like I'm retracing my steps. You know what scene I'm being shown? You know in Harry Potter when it's in the 3rd movie and Dumbledore gives Hermione and Harry the time turner, and Harry and Hermione go back, I think it's like 24 hours or 12 hours, I'm sure it was 24, and they go backwards in time and they're watching themselves from 24 hours before in Hagrid's hut and going into the Whomping Willow and all of the stuff with the werewolf and stuff. They're kind of watching it. There's that sort of vibe. I feel like I'm retracing my steps because I heard the saying from Dumbledore when he goes, when I don't know where to start, I find retracing my steps helps. So there's that sort of vibe where I feel like I'm retracing my steps, so I'm thinking back to certain periods. And I don't know why I'm thinking of like certain restaurants. So I don't know if you went to certain restaurants with this person when you were younger, or there was a specific food you'd always get with this person. It could be that they've recently been to that restaurant, or it could be that they're just thinking of that time period. There's like some restaurant that's sticking out to me as I say this. Tap me into my pile 3s. Who's haunted by my pile number 3's memory? I feel sad. Honestly, the word I want to describe with how I feel when I really tap into them is sad. It's really sad. And there is a murkiness here. I just wonder if they may have used things to block out, because I've got Leo, by the way. I've just popped the Leo card down. I've seen this image come up in a pick a card before. But it's like, in Nemo, when Dory and the father are going through that part of the ocean and it's really dark and they're full of jellyfish and the jellyfish are moving really slowly. It's making me think of that scene. My emotions feel really fogged. I'm looking at a messy room. Everything's all over the floor and I'm just kind of like... And again, I'm thinking of Leo and I'm thinking of like 5th house children. So this could be... you could literally be this person's like child. You know what I mean? We have Capricorn here as well. Leo and Capricorn. Back of the deck is Sol, so we have Sun again. So yeah, and I'm thinking of like the moon, the mother, the sun, the father. Could be like father energy too, because we have the Sun and Leo. Oh my god, the card's gonna burn. There we go. And it jumped into the fire too, some more fire energy. And you see how that fell? It's like carelessness. This person could have been careless. Yeah. Leo and Capricorn. Why do we have these cards? Leo and Capricorn. I'm thinking of Capricorn as well, and like the 10th house, Daddy Saturn. I'm thinking of like father energy there as well. But again, just caregiver, you know, person of authority. So it could be mother, father, or somebody just had that kind of energy. Somebody that maybe was meant to bring structure into your life, somebody that was meant to bring stability into your life, somebody that was meant to bring that to you, order. Somebody that was meant to teach you certain lessons that might have been absent. There's that vibe here coming through. Why have we got Leo here? When I feel like I'm looking at you as somebody that brought a lot of light to my life, and who still does maybe bring a lot of light to my life, especially if this is somebody that maybe you're in their life, but it's maybe a little bit estranged, or maybe you're coming back into their life. Maybe that's how you're showing up as the Queen of Cups, I don't know. But the Leo energy and the Sun energy, I just feel like there's a brightness maybe you bring into this life. There's a happiness, whether you remind them of happy times, or maybe that's just your energy. Maybe you're a very healing person. Maybe you're somebody that's a lot of fun, you know, very creative. Maybe you lift this person up, you pick this person up. You could be that sort of person. I feel like they do look to you as that. They look at you as a bright person. And again, it could be that maybe they're thinking of memories and remembering you as a bright person as well. There's that vibe here as well. But there's a melancholy feeling at their root. When they think of you. Definitely feels family focused. It could be like an older sibling as well, who was meant to, you know, they felt like they were meant to be the leader and they didn't turn out to be that. There's that sort of vibe here too. But yeah, Capricorn and Leo energy are really strong in this reading. Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm also just right now see them sitting in certain feelings. There are some feelings maybe they're still not taking accountability for. There is still some murkiness. There are still some emotions they're working through. I don't see too much movement. And I think if you do get movement for them, I think it's going to be very small and just very almost scattered. Because honestly, the word I want to keep repeating, Path 3, is I don't know. That's the word. Like, I don't know what to do. And I kind of just feel stuck. That 8 of Swords lead in the reading kind of makes me feel like I can't move. Yeah, so that is what I have for you. I really, really hope I was able to bring clarity. And I hope you got what you needed from the reading. And especially if this is, you know, a parental situation or family situation or something like that, I hope I was able to help you see from their side and be able to process it from their side and kind of what's going on there. So I hope I was able to bring clarity for that. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next Halloween themed video. Hey Palfo, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at who is haunted by your memory. So you guys chose the key card. I'm going to start with tarot and then we'll move on to your oracle cards. So let's get in. So pile number 4, please spirit guides, the key card. Who is haunted by my pile number 4's memory? We just had Justice flip over. Who is haunted by my pile 4's memory? Tap me into my pile 4's. Who's haunted? 3 of Swords. Okay. Who is haunted by my pile number 4's energy? Okay. The Emperor. And we also have the 10 of Swords. I think I'm going to have to cover that one up though. Bear with me as I go through that. 10 of Swords. And the back of the deck is the King of Pentacles. Okay. This one's interesting. Okay. So first off, I feel like the energy that I am getting from this person is a little bit salty. Very different to the other 3 piles. Because I straight away feel like there's a level of pride that I'm holding on to. And there's just a level of like, this person could be a bit younger. It could just be maybe they're just a little bit more emotionally immature. Because there's almost this feeling of like, I'm kind of folding my arms. And I know that maybe I've done something not the best. Or maybe I owe an apology, or I have a part to play in something, but it's almost just like I'm folding my arms and it's kind of like I'm in a bit of a mood about something coming through here. But what's interesting is with this King of Pentacles as well, I almost feel like there's something I could say. I could mend something. I have an answer to something. I know I could bring you clarity. I know I could say something. I know I could apologize. I know I shouldn't have done this. This is still in this person's energy, which I'm quite interested in. Like, that's still coming up in this person's energy. But there's almost just this feeling of like, I've just realized something. This is actually really interesting because you guys chose the key, and we have the key around the neck here. Do you see how we have two lots of keys? Let me make that focus. There's something here about this person knowing that they have an answer to something, knowing that they have a clarity to something, knowing that you wouldn't want to know something, knowing that you... Like, this could have been somebody that went cold and they knew you wanted to talk something out, but they didn't want to talk it out. Like, there's that sort of vibe here with the key and the key. Like, there's that vibe coming through from this person. Like, I know, like, I feel like I'm kind of on my high horse a little bit. My arms are folded and I'm kind of trying to keep a certain face. Like, I want to come across as this King of Pentacles. I want to come across as this Emperor card. There's that sort of vibe. But I feel like there's this feeling here of, like, cutting off my nose to spite my tongue. I'm sure that's the saying, cutting off my nose to spite my tongue. I'm sure that's it. There's this silly vibe here where it's just like, I'm not reaching out, you can reach out to me. But it's like, I also know, I know as I'm saying it, I feel like as I say it, I know that I'm not being reasonable. I know that I'm maybe being a bit selfish. I'm aware of it. I'm aware that I'm doing that. I don't like that we're not speaking. We literally have the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, right? I don't like that we're not speaking. But you see how the shadow is so prominent on this Three of Swords? I wonder if something's happened with this person where you've triggered like a wound for them, a shadow wound. Because it's their shadow I feel like you've been dealing with. This is somebody you've had a conversation with, an altercation, an argument, something like that. You've triggered something within this person, and instead of them going, oh my god, you know what, I shouldn't have, it's triggered something, and it's like they're doubling down. Look at the shadow so prominent on this card. It's like that's what's leading the way. And with the Ten of Swords, if you see here, he's kind of like trapped in kind of like a wooden box, and there's swords everywhere. This is this person's own brain, because the swords is mental energy. This is this person's own brain kind of blocking them from dealing with this in a better way, in a more decent way. And do you see how the key card is blue? Throat chakra energy. This person knows that maybe you want a conversation with them. Maybe you tried to have a conversation with them. Maybe you tried to talk something out. I feel like they know what you needed to hear, and they could have easily said it, but I'm not doing it. I don't like that. I know I've got something, but it's like, if I withhold it, I have control. I don't like that. I don't like that. I know I'm sitting on something that maybe you want, but if I have it, then I'm the one in control. I feel like I need to have control of the situation, so I'm holding on to it. But at the same time, I'm spiting myself. This is somebody you're either actively not speaking to right now in terms of like, this has recently happened and you're trying to get an answer to them and they're not. This feels very purposeful. They're holding on to something. Even here, he's displaying this coin with this King of Pentacles, right? I need to have control. I need to be sitting on this. But I need control because something's being triggered and I don't like it. And I know I have the answer. I'm the one that can mend this. There's this feeling here from this person, I'm the one that can mend this. I have the keys. I'm the one that can mend it. But it's like in my control. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because with the other three piles, there was a sense of like, okay, I might have messed up and I do know I need to reach out, but you know, that sort of vibe. Pile 2, it was just a decent kind of like offering to someone. Pile 3, there was like a sadness, more grown-up energy, though this doesn't feel like that. I feel like I've got my arms folded and I'm in a hump. Like I'm like, like that. Well, I guess we both don't get what we want. You know, it's that sort of vibe. It's silly because they're causing this for themselves. They're causing the Ten of Swords. They're causing the Three of Swords for themselves. And then maybe, of course, you, which isn't nice, you know? But it's almost like I need to hold my position. I need you to look at me in this way. folding my arms. What is this? Let's pull a bit deeper. Let's pull a bit deeper. This is silly. Pile 4. Why is this person doing this? What's going on? Tap me deeper into this, please, Spirit Guides. Why is this person doing this? What's going on with this person right now? They know what they're doing. Ace of Pentacles. I feel like they know what they're doing, but maybe from a shadow perspective, they don't. I hope that makes sense. Like, their shadows are overwriting their deeper feelings, their subconscious feelings. They're overwriting their own logic. And that happens a lot, right? When we get triggered, our shadow can overwrite the logic. Our nervous system can overwrite the logic. We may logically know an answer, but our nervous system might tell us something different. Our trigger might tell us something different. That feels like it's happening with this person. Sorry, guys. It's like this person knows, from a logical perspective, I know I'm being a bit silly here, or I know how this is coming across, or I know maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but then it's like a feeling overwrites it. Tell me into this person's energy, please. Do you see how the dragon's even clutching the pentacle? There's a need for control, to stay in control. Pile number 4. Who's haunted by my pile number 4's memory? Take me deeper into this. Hanged Man. Hanged Man. One more card. Take me deeper into this. King of Cups. Back of the deck, 7 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, Hanged Man, King of Cups. I'm almost like holding on to what I can to keep control until I know what's going on in my own energy. I think at heart, this person may have a lot of deep feelings, a lot of deep emotions. They could be very sensitive. It could be that they have feelings for you. Something's rocked the boat that hasn't made them safe in these feelings. So because they're not safe in these feelings, they're not knowing how to express it in a healthy way. Something's been triggered, something's been brought up. Maybe it's a discussion, maybe it's a conversation, whatever it is, something's happened. This person's felt out of control. So it's almost like I'm going to exercise my means of control until I know what to do. So it's almost like I'm pulling all my energy back. I'm holding on to my energy. I'm focusing on other things. I don't want to deal with it right now. Maybe you brought up something to this person that they didn't like. It's like maybe you took your energy out of this, you know what I mean? And you were trying to have a conversation about why. And it's just like this person, there's feelings that are too deep. There's too much feelings here. There's a heaviness and it's like too much. So I'm kind of pushing it down and I don't really know how to deal with it right now. So I'm kind of just like gathering all my energy, or maybe even closing down and coming across more logically. I'm moving more with logic. I'm shutting my emotions down to feel logic. I'm shutting my emotions down to feel, to move with my more mental side, my more mental energy. But deep down, with these cards clarifying it, the King of Cups is here. So there are feelings. This person is a sensitive person. What is this? Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. It's really weird. It's like in this energy, it's almost like I'm waiting for you to reach out. I'm waiting for you to... But no, it's not even you. Because I part of this does feel like you've tried to have a conversation with this person and you've been shut down by them. It's more like, because you see how the clock's on the foot? It's almost like I want to create space, and then with time, it can happen. Like we can have a go at it again, or we can become back friends, or we can start this connection again. There's that sort of vibe here. Why is the Ace of Pentacles leading the reading? It's like I want all the eggs in my basket. I want it's like one person in the room controlling all the resources and trying to have it all for themselves so that they can have control over it, because then they feel safer. So it's like that kid who wouldn't let anyone play with their toys. You know what I mean? It's that sort of vibe. It's like I'm stacking all my toys. It's literally reminding me of, I remember my cousins gave my cats, because I have 4 black cats if you're not in the know, and my cousin gave my cat a bunch of toys. and there was like a whole basket of them, and my cat Padme literally piled all of the toys into like a mountain, sat on top of them, and hissed anytime any of the other cats went near them. She's like, they're mine. That's the vibe here with the Ace of Pentacles and then the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. I'm pulling all my energy back in. You're not getting any of my energy. You're not getting any of this. I'm pulling it back in, and it's like I'm sulking. I'm slamming the door. I'm shutting down. I'm in a mood, and I'm kind of giving a cold shoulder, and I'm keeping everything for myself. Like, I'm all my love, keeping it to myself. All my energy, keeping it to myself. Like, there's that sort of vibe. But it's a protection mechanism. It's a protection mechanism. I'm trying to hold... I'm trying to, what am I trying to do? It's a protection mechanism. I'm going into my shell. This person could have a lot of Cancer in their chart. I feel like I'm going into my shell. I'm coming into my shell. I say that as a Cancer rising. Like, don't be upset if you're like, well, I'm a Cancer, and I'm a Cancer rising, and I can sometimes do this where I need to retreat until I feel safe to come out. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm going through something, I'll go into my shell. So it could be that with this person. But I don't think they have a healthy way of discussing things or explaining things. It's a way of control. I need to keep myself safe. But there's this feeling of like, give it time. This is their energy as well. Give it time. So it's almost like it'll blow over. Let me come into... Do you know how like under the sea creatures go into their shells until like they feel safe again? So it's like when it blows over, and I'm thinking of like a current going above me that's like really strong, and it's like, let me stay in my shell until the current's kind of blown over. Let me like hide somewhere in the house until the hurricane's gone or the tornado's gone, or, you know, there's that sort of feeling here. I think this person struggles with their emotions. Why is the Seven of Swords here? Why have we got the Seven of Swords? This person could still lurk on the socials, or if not socials, if you don't have any, ask about you. I need to stay in control. There's this feeling of needing control to feel safe. So it's like, I don't want you to go, but I also don't want to give you my energy right now. So I'm kind of just like lurking nearby. I'm kind of like waiting in the wings, but I don't want to talk right now. Like, there's that sort of vibe here. What does this person want? What does this person want? I don't even think they know right now. And I feel like it was, if this person, if you know who I'm talking about, and this person pulled back and didn't give you explanations, I do feel like they know what they're up to when they do that, because it's strategic with the Seven of Swords. But it's like they're not doing it like, let me be a bad person and play with this person. It's not like that. It's like, well, I'm not going to give you the answer that you're looking for. You don't get my energy like that. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not giving you... It's that vibe I'm getting from this person. It's like a pettiness. Like they know what they're doing, but it's almost like they're justifying it. Well, you shouldn't have said this to me. So, you know, it's like that. It's silly. It's like tit for tat. It's like, oh, you're gonna slam your door, I'm gonna slam mine too. Like, it's you know, it's not. It's a little immature. There's a pettiness here. Their triggers are overwriting their own. I'm just gonna ask quickly, what do they want? Because I'm confused as to what they want. I don't think they know. Truthfully, what does this person want? If anything's going to get it out, is these cards, because I always use these cards because they get me into like the subconscious, like darker energies. That's why I always pull these, to get into what's hidden. What do they actually want from my pile 4? Ace of Swords. Seven of Swords again. What do they want? Two of Wands. Back of the deck, the Sun. I'm going to cover that up. Let me get a bigger crystal. Will that cover? Yeah, hang on. Got the Sun here. Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Two of Wands. It's almost like everything's going good. Why do you have to bring that up? Things were going well. Why did you have to say that? Like, I want to go back into when energy was carefree. I want to go back to when energy was lighter. I want to be able to communicate the way we were beforehand. Like, it's almost like anything that rocks the boat, I don't like it. I just want to jump back into that energy. But then it's like, I know to jump back into that energy, we need to have this conversation, and I don't want to have that conversation. So then there's that pettiness. It's a little silly. They want to feel in control. I'm not going to lie, this person's a bit selfish because it's kind of like a my terms sort of vibe. I want things kind of like on my terms. I want you to listen to me. I want this on my terms. There's still that 7 of Swords coming through. A 7 of Swords and 2 of Wands. Like, I want you to see it from my perspective. I want you to hear what I have to say. But then I feel like this person hasn't explained much. I feel like this person might not have been given the same amount of energy as you. Like, pulled on your energy a little bit too much, or expected more of you than they were given. And I say that because as I was looking at the card, I heard Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. And I don't know if it's onions or garlic, but I'm going to go with garlic because garlic keeps the vampires away. And if you see in the corner, there's like garlic. I just feel like this person pulled at you a bit. Like, they want your light. I feel like they want your fire. They want you in their life. I feel like they find joy when you're around. I feel like you're fun to be around. I feel like they like having you around, but it's almost like stay in this light. But then it's like, are you supplying light back? Are you supplying something that's the same back? Because with this energy, it doesn't feel so. And maybe, to me, that's making me think maybe that was what the conversation was about. Why aren't you giving as much? Why aren't you pouring in as much? Are you breadcrumbing? Like, what's going on here? It could be that. But they feel like they're in control if they have this key. And I think maybe when you're then maybe to show, well, I'm not bothered. I don't even want the key. I don't even want the conversation. I don't care anymore. I feel like that's where maybe they'd circle the block. Oh my God, they're gone. Oh my God. Like, it's that sort of vibe. I'm not a fan of this one. Powerful. I would be a bit careful with this person. It's like they want their day in the sun with you. They want that. They want you around. There's no denying that this person wants you around. There's no denying that you bring a lot of joy to this person. There's no denying that this person probably finds you very attractive. You know, very much a bright person. However, you know, I would like a Ferrari, but it's just like, you know, you've got to pay for the Ferrari, have the maintenance for the Ferrari. You've got to keep that going. You've got to know how to drive a Ferrari. Like, there's a lot that goes into having a Ferrari. You know what I mean? I would like a mansion, but can I clean the entire mansion? Just one person? Can I afford the mansion? Can I afford its upkeep? You know what I mean? There's that sort of vibe here. And this person gets triggered very easy, I feel. Like a little ticking time bomb. Or maybe you just had enough and you were just like, what's going on? Or said something that caused this person to just shut down for some reason. We have Neptune. And we have Mars. Neptune and Mars. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have Scorpio. Neptune and Mars. Why do we have these cards, please? This person, like, the littlest thing sets them off, I feel. The tiniest little thing sets them off. And it's making me think of, like, with the Neptune card as well, I almost feel like I have an idea for something. I have an idea of how a connection's going to go. I have an idea of how this situation's going to go with you. I have an idea, and I'm romanticizing, let's just say, a perfect relationship with you, perfect friendship with you, whatever this connection was. And it's almost like if someone's to say, actually, well, can you know, you're telling me about this beautiful castle. Can you hand me that brick? Because we're going to start building the castle. And there's almost this feeling from this person of like, oh my God, no, like, I'll do that later. I'm not going to do it right now. And then it's like, well, why aren't you picking up the brick if you want the castle? And then there's this feeling of like, oh, why would you just say that to me? Like, there's that sort of vibe here. And it's like, oh my, you're asking for too much. Like, it's that sort of vibe coming through. And then it's almost like I'm quick to anger, I'm quick to get frustrated, and then I'm like shutting down. Boom, I'm shutting down. I don't want to talk. I don't want to deal with this. Yeah. I feel like they're quick to anger, but I feel like their emotions are really deep and then they shut down. They go very petty. My arms are like folded. And that key is like, they know you'd want to hear something. They know you'd want them to explain something. Like, there's something like that. And I feel the more you kind of move on, you're like, actually, I'm not bothered. Really don't care for what you have to say. I feel like that's where they're going to start to scramble. But it's like I'm holding this key. It's a way to feel in control, because they're not in control of their emotions, so they'll try to control everything around it instead. Which is silly, because I feel like they do cut off their, almost despite their tongue then. You know? But yeah, pile number 4, that is what I have for you. I really hope that you got what you needed from the reading. I hope it brought you some clarity with this person and why they're moving the way that they are. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you enjoyed, and I hopefully will see you guys in my next Halloween video.